Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. Thanks for tuning in. It's a quick rundown on what my channel is going to be about. I have always felt I was in a position where I could help people with my experiences. I mean, even as a young adult, I knew that I had a lot to say or to relate to with people when it comes to, you know, having a tough childhood. And that's kind of where it started. And then, I mean, it just blossomed in the ugliest way you could ever imagine. I've experienced a lot of trauma in my adult life, starting with, and these are the things that I want to talk about here, because I feel like either there's people out there that feel alone or don't understand what it is that they're going through, and don't have anyone that they can talk to or someone that they can relate to, or you're a person that knows someone that has something happen to them and you don't know how to relate to them, I guess, or how to, what it is that they might need. I mean, I'm not one to say what anyone else needs, but let me just tell you what's so murder, suicide, loss of children, domestic violence, drug addiction, physical abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse. I mean, all of it. So, and this consistently, one year after another, something bad would happen, starting with 2011. My mother, no, was it 2011? 2011. Not my mother. So 2011, I went camping, and my friend, we were swimming together, and he drowned right next to me. It was, I mean, that whole experience, I mean, you know, is something that I'll talk about. I'm going to do each story probably at a time. Then 2012, my mother fell out of a window, was in a coma for a long time, had to relearn everything. That was tough. That was tough too. 2013, I found my husband hanging on my back porch. 2014, I lost my son, Owen. 2015, I lost my daughter, Rowan. 2016, okay, so the end of 2016 is coming near, right? And I was telling, I think like everybody, or just always thinking of it anyways to myself, like, oh my goodness, finally, like we were approaching like Christmas, finally I'm gonna make it through 1 year with no tragedies, no nothing, because that was a rough few years, you know, going through all that stuff. And then December 29, which is also my birthday, I found my mother murdered. I mean, it's like, what else could somebody really go through, you know? After all that, it was just, and then the following year, I was in a very abusive relationship. We were abusive to each other. The first 6 years was great. Then the last, not so much. This is where the physical abuse came, the drug addiction, the jail time. That was a tough, I mean, you know, it was crazy love. And then in the end, I walked in on him cheating on me, which was 2000, not last year, the year before, 2019. I was crushed, my whole world, and then I ended up going to jail for it. Not something I'm proud of, but emotions happen, you know. But luckily, that was the one thing that got me out of that relationship. I never would have left, no matter how much abuse there was. So I can relate to that. And then now, I'm actually currently in a relationship. I mean, we're breaking up like all the time, but currently in a relationship with what I classify, I'm not one to diagnose anyone, but what I classify as a narcissist. Maybe with some psychopathic tendencies. I mean, he would tell you completely different. He'll tell you I'm crazy. I'm going to try to keep it as raw and real as possible, even if it means making myself look bad. But I'm currently in the middle of this relationship. So I think that it would be best for me to be able to document it sort of like day by day through emotions and ups and downs. One day, like, I'm so in love, and the next day, like, I don't know what to do. And I've been diagnosed with ADD or ADHD. I don't know. I don't take anything for it. I go to therapy. I try. But imagine through all the things that I've been through anyway. So right now I'm going to start with the narcissistic relationship, because I feel like a lot of women or men or whoever's in that type of relationship kind of need that maybe. And I also need to vent about it sometimes, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. From what I've seen or read or whatever, these type of relationships are very confusing to the victim. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to call myself a victim. I'm never a victim, because I'm strong, you know. But sometimes I just break down and I feel like there's only so much more I can take. So those are the things that I plan on. I mean, growing up, also, my life was very tough. My mother was always an addict throughout my entire life. So not only was I forced to take care of myself, but I was also tried to, you know, help take care of her and then deal with her addictions and her physical abuse. But I loved her. I'm not saying anything bad about her. She made me the strong woman that I am today, preparing me for all of the things that I had to go through as an adult. I've fallen a lot. I've risen a lot, and I'm never safe. I'm never safe. I'm an alcoholic. I've been sober now for, I don't even have a time frame, but it's been a while. With COVID, it's been pretty tough, but I have had a supportive boyfriend. Yeah, I don't know. So that's what it is. Hopefully you will tune in. If you have any suggestions or things that you want me to talk about or questions that you want to ask, I am happy to hopefully have some like engaging things with people, because that's the point of this. Also, I am going to school right now full-time to be a counselor, to hopefully help some people that are in need. I'd like to focus most on domestic violence because of my mother's murder. It was her boyfriend. They were together for 10 years. And the fact that I put up with abuse is silly. It's silly, because you just never know what level it can get to. All right, hopefully you will subscribe or hit the subscribe button. Where is it? I don't know why I always see people doing that. And I will see you soon. Thank you.